better. My hope is you can use these concepts, strategies, and tactics to improve your personal communication skills with your family, friends, coworkers, and customers to achieve more positive outcomes. Chapter 1. The Need. Changing the outcome. There are many situations with family, friends, coworkers, bosses, or neighbors that require you to be the bigger person. You cannot always get others to agree with you. Sometimes they are obstinate and become a roadblock. Other times, you are the roadblock. As you read this chapter, think of the times when you needed to communicate more effectively with the other person. Ask yourself this: could I have changed the outcome to be more positive? When thinking about specific instances, perhaps the thought came, I shouldn't have said anything. Let's explore why people need the tools to make the right communication choices. Alert: silence might be the right choice. Significant other. Looking back on failed relationships, and most people have one or two, you can usually recall a specific conversation or lack of conversation as the pivotal moment in the relationship's end. The self-talk usually ends with, if I am not listened to or taken seriously, there is no future in this relationship. If you could read the other person's mind, you would probably discover their self-talk told them the same. Of course, people also have relationships that work out and endure. Even in those relationships, the bumpy roads are navigated successfully when each one makes the effort to truly listen and understand each other. It is the extra effort made to communicate with each other that usually saves the relationship. I can remember one of my close friends telling me about a time when he and his wife were going through a rough patch far enough along to talk with lawyers. As I recall his story, his wife was the one who said, "Do you truly want to do this?" His response was a definite no. They agreed to talk it out and go through each of the issues one by one, so they could figure out if they would be able to resolve them or not. I'm happy to report all issues were resolved, and they continue to grow and prosper in their relationship. The key to their success is they learn to give up their individual need to be right and to put selfish egos on the shelf. They truly listen to each other. People all need to be heard and feel they have been listened to by those around them. I believe it to be a basic human need. If it were not, solitary confinement would not be one of the worst punishments. Most relationship counselors would say the same. The skills to listen and communicate effectively with each other are critical to improve your relationships, in particular with your significant other. This is the only way to keep, maintain, and grow as a couple. Quit waiting for your turn to talk. Listen carefully and base what you say on what you hear, rather than rehearsing your diatribe while they are talking so you can set them straight. Offspring. When it comes to your children, how and when you communicate with them becomes critical. Remember, children need to communicate. Communication is how they learn, how their brain grows, and how they will eventually develop their sense of self. The sooner you begin using adult communication skills with your toddlers, the faster they will develop strong communication skills. I have an aloe plant in my front yard that has thorns and looks like a cactus. When my grandson was 4 years old, I made a comment about being careful not to let the cactus stick him. He looked at me and said, adult-like, "Grandpa, it's not a cactus, it's an aloe." He certainly set me straight. Another time he looked at me as we used a hand sanitizer and said, "Look, it dissipates." Sure enough, his parents often communicate with him using adult language and communication skills. He is now 6 and speaks adult, when he wants to. As children grow, they inevitably reach the teenage years. Who among us, having lived through raising a teenager, doesn't have miscommunication stories? I'm not sure about your experience, but